Now then, welcome back to the NemGo Patreon server. Today, I've got some more building to do. We had a lot of fun this week. I've been doing lots and lots of streaming and letting videos out of streams. A lot of streaming editing and stuff like that. So, I don't know what they're saying in chat. Hold on. Welcome back, make mistakes, blah blah blah. Portal at the same time, priority, chuck loading stuff. They're having a conversation among themselves. I've only just got onto the server. I've been doing a little building, as you can see, since the last time you saw this in video. We've expanded out slightly. I've done a little bit of like construction of the base here, the base building, using some chiseling bits, which have intrigued me in how they work together and how they can add a little bit of extra detail. I do like that extra bit of detail. I'm not so sure about this staircase that runs down yet. I wanted a staircase that run down, that came all the way up, and all the way up, and in there like that. That's what I was looking for, but I haven't quite finished it yet. I was doing it in cobble to start off with. The main thing was to get this base area sorted out. So I've done the stone bricks coming down and making a firm foundation looking place. And these little chisel bricks here, these little pieces here, make it look really interesting. The little tiny bits added on look really interesting. Chisel and bits. It takes a little while to get used to how chisel and bits actually works and how it wants to work and all that kind of stuff, but once you get there, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like it. So we've got a bit more of that to do. Also, I've been building in the steampunky style. I've got to try and figure out the next stage though, because that's my first level and basement done, and of course we are taking it all the way up here. So I want to just get on with setting up the next level and show you how I'm building the levels, but first let's have a quick look inside. So we've got a nice front base floor. This is going to be like the kitchen area. Because we're going to have direct access to the farms here, and this is the kitchen area. A lot of the technical stuff may be done downstairs in Ego's man cave, but I've also been messing around with the chisel bits, like, I don't know, forge microblocky style, but you can place them at different places, different angles. So as you can see here, this is, let's put that on top. This is quite clearly not on an edge of anything. It's in the middle corner of a block, which makes it very interesting to work with. You can put stuff just about anywhere. That's my name, Susumo. How you doing? So yeah, and downstairs I've got the tinkers all around here, and a little tinker smelter. There's only a one wide tinker smelter. It's only a one wide. So a one wide inside, so it goes up through like a small chimney stack. But I've got enough there to do basic smelting of things, making weapons and tools and repairs and things like that. Just basic stuff. And then we've got some of this red coal in a few furnaces. So I've got a kind of a tool smithery downstairs. And then I'm going to do some kind of kitchen up here. And we're going to have another stairwell going up to the next floor. And it's the next floor that I've got to deal with. So, kind of a standard, classic, normal build. Once you've got up the first level and the sort of like stable basement area, steampunk builds start building out from. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building out from here. Now, this level here has already got its logs in place, and I kind of want to keep that. So, instead of changing that, I'm going to bring them all out slightly, figuring out how to do it without taking down the whole structure. The amount of times I've used an axe and taken out half the structure with this, it's crazy. Because of that like vein miner type thing. It's crazy. But I want to put the beams on the outside first, and then we can put some stuff between those beams and the upper floor beams. So let's start with that. Let's have it so it kind of has some beam crossovers. So we're going out like this. There we go. And we will take this one away and this one away, because my beams are going across this way around. So we'll put another setup around here like this. There we go. And that's going to come out 1, 2 more. 2 more, something like that, yeah. And then this beam can come across here like this. So it looks like these are supporting the beam above. That's how I'm doing it, okay? And we're making the floor 1 further out each time. So in this case, I come out 2 because this is going to go 1 further out this way, like so. 1 further out, and then the beam looks like it's being supported on the end there, and that's where I may change things to have the chimney stack of that going out and have a few more holes in it for making more things, melting more things down. There we go. Right, so that goes through there, that goes through there, so we then put 1 on the end there, not there. That was close, not quite though. Take that one off. No derp in here. That's it, grab it. And we'll have 1 there as well, and 1 there as well, and there we go. We've brought the whole floor out 1 more level. Now, inside that level, inside there would be the floor itself. So, I've been doing this chiseled block for floor, but for right now, that's what I've got for the next floor up as well. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this all the way around, but we do have plenty of it available. So this will be the way around, and I will put the floor in quickly now just to show you the floor level. But I'll leave it open in the middle so I can fly up between until we've got the kind of the place for all of the stairs to be put in. That's just kind of the floor level. So at this point here, this is the new wall, which is 1 block out from the old wall, or the previous wall. 1 block out each time. And I will put some little like details underneath here to make it look like it's supporting it slightly. Also, we could come out one area a little bit as well to have an overhang. Now, I haven't decided where I want the overhang at this level. So at this level, I think I'm not going to have an overhang. At this level, I think I'm going to go up a little bit more. Let's have a quick slip. I'm buying gunpowder using a trading station, but no one is doing the... no one is using the trading station. Yes. Sorry, I'm not using a trading station yet. I'm still getting started. So, yeah, next up, we need to frame this piece. So, we know we're going to be framing up from the corners. And 3 high a floor is okay, but let's go with even bigger, because this is going to be a very tall building, so we may as well have some nice tall rooms. See, down here we've got 5 as the height in between, with the beams in the top one. No, not yet. Not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then the next one up will be where the beam comes out at the top. So this floor will be that tall, and then we will wrap that around a little bit as well to give us the next piece. So on each of these corners, because we're not going out anywhere, we're going up 5, 4, 5. There we go. So I'll quickly work on the next bit. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I might want to make it a little bit bigger actually, and have the first floor even taller. I think I will. I need to go and get some more wood now though, because I'm about run out. So I'll quickly get some more wood, have a chat to the Patreons on the server while I'm gathering, and I'll be right back with some more. Right, so we have a nice supply of wood again. I have changed up the inside. I've changed this first floor anyway. The downstairs, little parquet floor. The upstairs, a bit more planks. Just straight planks is what we're going to do. I've focused on allowing this to continue coming up through this side to have a fireplace. And I'll probably make this come out slightly and go up so that it looks like it's coming out from the building to go up. So we'll continue the fireplace all the way up to a chimney or somewhere of the ceiling. But this build is going to be very, very big. So we still need to figure out just how big. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's there. And then the roof, it's going to be there. So we're going to end up with under the window, then the window panels, and then out. Now, do I want to have it the same where I've got the wood underneath the windows and above the windows, or do I want to go a bit higher than that? I think I want to stick to a simple design. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of window, and then we'll have this up here is the upper floor. So being the upper floor, we need to have the beams coming out in a similar way to we did before here, but we also want to continue with the overall like steampunky build, right? So that would be straight pillars up like this, and that would be how that would end up looking all the way up through there. But just to mix it up a little bit, because I like to be a bit different, I'm going to make this particular floor just slightly different to that style. And instead of having just the 1 wide gap, I'm going to have a 3 wide gap. And hope for the best. Can I get a 3 wide gap in each? I think I can. No, I can't. Okay. But I can mix it up a little bit, have 3 wide gaps and 1 wide gaps all next to each other. So we're going to have a 3 wide window gap there, and a 3 wide window gap there, and then have some individual ups around here. Maybe have some more individuals here as well, and then have a 3 wide gap just there for some reason, just because. And we'll have individual there with another 3 wide gap there. Maybe this will be the corner bedroom area. So we'll have walls up the sides and then big windows. Walls around these sides for storage, and then windows looking out over the farms. And on this side, windows with a view. So we'll have that there, and this one's going to have no view whatsoever, is it? So I can hardly even build this because it's going to have a fireplace on it. So we're going to end up with that bit of lag there. Let's take that back, thank you. And we'll have a window there instead. So we'll have a 3 wide. So in some places, we're going to have gaps in our standard design. And that's good with me, because we can mix it up and make it look a little bit more interesting. Because if we do the same over and over again, it can look uninteresting. It's also not fully symmetrical, but it fits the same design, which is important. To give it a little bit more interest, if the eye is drawn to symmetry too much, it's happy, but it doesn't really stand any details out. 3, 4... Man, oh man, I had a little block lag today. What have I got going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're coming across from there, aren't we? So I need to take this one down one, because that's going to be a cross beam, and we go up here like this. There we go. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of streaming and releasing videos related to my streaming this week. We had the Saturday night live I streamed last Saturday from this server, and then on Monday and Tuesday I released videos showing what we got up to, and then on Wednesday we did Hypermind live stream day, Hypermind Day, Hypermind Day, which was a great turnout. Thank you all very much for watching that as well. And those, I did 2 streams during the day. Well, I did 3 technically, but 2 of them were streamed from my Twitch account. And the other ones were just basically joining in someone else's stream for the day, or for the session. And those sessions I released in video format for the YouTube viewers that don't get to catch the streams. And so almost every day this week we've basically had stream footage. And I felt like I was missing out on the episodal stuff. So I decided today we were going to have an episode of this Patreon pack before me and Ego stream later on tonight. So yeah, when you're watching this, we should be getting ready to stream and continue on from where we left off. Now, I want to get this built before we start streaming, because I don't really want to build it during the stream, because I want to do some cool stuff with Ego and some of the other members of the Patreon server instead. So, yeah, that's my feeling right now on the subject. So this is why we're building. It's also good fun just making builds. Just building. Just seeing what we can come up with. Oh, I mean, I put stuff in the wrong place. Is not when you like building. There you go. Gimme. Thank you. And back up. Okay, so we've got some extra level on there, an extra shape to it. We need to fill in with the windows and the gaps and stuff. And that's where the interesting stuff comes in. Because we've got this like chisel bits cutting technology, which is cool. Let's get some more of it. I set up a little wool farm down there. Set up a little wool farm in order to produce lots and lots of wool to do this build in particular. The wool farm will probably change where it is later on. But similar to how forged microblocks used to work, you can cut blocks up with the chisel bit saw. I believe there's only a diamond version of the saw, but yeah, you can cut along any of the 3 different axes. So this gives you a cut down the middle. That gives you a cut down the middle. That gives you a cut across for some reason. Instead of the top being down through the block, down, it goes across the block. I don't get why that is, but that's just the way they've got it set up. I think that's wrong, but still, you should be cutting down through the block to make these angled blocks, or you should be cutting across the block to cut through those kind of blocks. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Can't complain about it right now. And those are all now individually different as well, which is a shame. They don't join together, possibly because they are in the wrong place. Yeah, doesn't matter, because when you start placing them, this is the interesting bit. When you start placing them, they will place like the old forged microblocks did, but if you want to change where they're going to go to, you can hold shift and move them to just about any potential position that they have. They don't click to a grid. When you're not holding shift, they will click directly to the grid, which in this case is exactly what I want. But in some other parts of the build, I've been doing it to try and get something else going on instead. You can also rotate with your mouse button to change the direction of their facing. If you saw that this little stack was facing the wrong direction, now it's facing the right direction for me on the inside of the block that I'm facing against. Took a little while to figure out these little subtleties of the thing, but we get there eventually. I did get there eventually, and it doesn't like breaking with axes or anything either. So wool, for instance, doesn't like breaking with an axe, which I find kind of strange. And I need to rotate that round. There we go. And then put this onto there. There we go. Yes. And I'm not going to bother wasting my time putting anything into... Oh, actually, no, I want to put something into that one there. And I'll put something into that one there. We've got 10 more here. Let's do that there. And then do the windows in here. So, yeah. And then that builds up nicely. So the thing here... I don't know how I want to do this fireplace. I might end up just ripping that wood out completely to make the smeltery a bit higher. And do a fireplace type smeltery. That might be nice. And have a mantelpiece and all that kind of stuff. Let me get some more wool in place. The other thing that I did was, let me get the glass, was I took a chiseled glass block, and I somehow have multiple here. Took a normal chisel, not the chisel bits chisel, the normal chisel, and converted normal glass into this kind of awesome looking steampunky glass decorational block, and then I cut it in half with a diamond saw. So now I can have an interesting glass pattern around here. But anyway, sleep, and I'll fill the rest of this in. Okay, so that's pretty much how I'm building the levels. So I don't need to show you that again, do I? That's how I'm building the levels. Just literally decide how tall it is, build a framework around it, and then fill it in with wool in most of the cases, with kind of the half slab wool cut with the diamond sword from Chisel Bits. And what I've done here is added in some larger windows. So when we're kind of, let's just pop this here as somewhere to stand, even though I want to do the whole floor later on. There we go. I know that's there. When you're in this room, you've kind of got the big view of the farms area. So as I come over here to have a look around and out the window, I can see whether the farms need tending to or not. I've got a nice view of the overall environment around me. And same with this, I've got a nice big window on this wall. And a fairly big window on this wall. But this wall over here is then designed so that I can put chests and storage and have things stored in that corner without blocking the window. Because I don't like blocking windows. And have a fireplace over this side. So we'll have a fireplace on this side and storage over that side. And the rest will be kind of visual views out of the building. From outside, it doesn't look too bad, does it? It's not perfectly symmetrical, but that's okay. It still feels like it's symmetrical. I've got to do the chimney stack. That's something to really work on because I want to fine detail on that because it looks boring with just plain blocks. But overall, you get that occasional bit of glass just in there, keeping things going. Now, to offset this section here, where we've got no glass, I think I'm going to build out the next floor so it overhangs. And then we will have kind of a stair-stepping support beams going up from this corner to support the above overhanging floor. So in all those cases, it kind of leads itself onto the next level. But the next levels and the building up and up and up and up and up and up and building out, I will show you some more details of those another time. At least you've got the reference as to how I'm building the basic structure. The next thing that I want to show is give me some of this here stone bricks. There we go, that'll do. I've got another bag full there, good. And chisel bits, oak planks. No, I'll save the details for another time. Cutting these blocks up, the stone bricks, I found that I started out by just using these for the walls. So that kind of cut did the internals in the same way as I do the internals wall there. I did the internals there. But then I started seeing a little bit of a feature thing that I wanted to do. And just, I covered in a little area in there that was wood. And then I started messing around with this. And it kind of looks like the stone structure is supporting the beam. Because it's kind of holding the beam up. You can see the beams there underneath, which I need to sort out as well. But it's kind of holding the beam up. So what I did with that, if I can remember what I did with that, was cut it down so we end up with like half slabs. Let's get a few of those. Cut it down again so we have the half slabs. And then on the other side of things, we cut it down the middle. May as well take the one more. And again, just to make it even smaller. I think I went to the finest detail of these ones. So let's hope. If not, I'll have to add two together. And then cut them down in half. And we ended up with these little panels that's going to run all the way around. Now I hope that you can put these back together again. No, you can't. Okay, well that may be that I've stuck with that, but it's only stone. We've got plenty of that. So then I come along here and it automatically tries to click to the place that you want it, but I wanted it to go down a little bit, so we hold shift and then you kind of have that full range of movement available to it. You see? So I just hold shift down, and because I'm flying, I'm holding shift and space at the same time, just to get it into the right position to give it a little bit of a little pixel down, just one pixel down, just to give it that little overhang without being like a full half block. And I think I quite like that. And then we will have those ones, and I'll put those underneath here if I can. Try and squeeze them in inside there. Oh, I might not want to overlap because they're too big. Okay. I did put those sort of things inside here and then chiseled a bit off. But it doesn't look like it wants me to do it that way. So I guess I'm going to have to cut this in half again. And have some of these on that way round. And get lots of chisel bits left over. And put that into there. If it'll let me. Oh, it did try and let me. Where are you gonna let me? Oh, it tried there. Can I get it all the way up? Oh, I can just about get it to there. right? And I can just about get the next one in, no doubt. See, we get it to there and then raise it up slightly. So it's very detailed work. It's very difficult to get the detail working right. But once you get it, it's very rewarding because there's so much detail that you can add to the thing. Now, it's there. Okay. Hey, Gene Splicer, how you doing? Yeah, and then once it's all sort of set up like that, I can then start taking chisel bits and put the chisel bits on. So we'll go with, where is my chisel bit? It is chisel bit in here, chisel and bit, iron chisel, there we go. And get this, right, now if I place a couple of these that I don't want anymore, just randomly anywhere, like this, I can take the connected plane off. I can left click it and take all of these down a section and get bits everywhere. Have I filled the bag already? I think I may have filled this bag already. Yes, I have. Okay, spruce planks, oak wood planks, wool bits, stone brick bits. Okay, I've already done it. So let's place them back again. So we'll swap that out for that and place them out. I'll just leave them bouncing around. They can just bounce around for a bit. So when we come into here, we can continue with this, but we can shift and rotate, and it will tell us what size of shape we're putting in. I don't know if you can just about see that, but that allows me to add a full plane to it, right? Which is not what I wanted to do, but it allows me to add a full plane to it. I can take that off again, or a plane that is connected plane, so that should just bulk out that particular section there. So once I've got the right section on, I can format it to bring it out, and that fills it all in there, you see. So now I can do that some more and use up those little tiny bits to do whatever it needs to do to fill the gap to make the shape. I think it's awesome. It takes a lot of fine detail and a lot of work to get exactly what you want, but there's so many options which we like. I like the options. So then that gives me that sort of structural integrity without having half slabs or full blocks or stairs or anything like that. I've got absolute control over how that's going to look, and I like it. Yes, I do. But it's a lot of fine detail, so I'm not going to be doing it on camera. The occasional piece here and there, I will show you what I'm doing, but that's it. Bing. Let's grab some more of this stuff. Okay, well, that is all we got time for today's episode, folks. So thank you all very, very much for watching another episode on the Patreon server. I will be live streaming with Ego later on today. So while you're seeing this, you should see the live stream is live. If you're seeing this any other time, then there will be the highlights on Monday, as always. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode of the NemGo Patreon Pack. Goodbye.